Hey everyone, welcome to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here watching more 86. Theta, I think you got a nice big list of things to talk about. How about we go ahead and start with that
I
first?
mean, I don't have a big old list. The last episode was pretty on point. There wasn't a
Hmm.
lot to go over. So I guess I just have more of a list of thoughts and confirmations. Like a good
Sure,
Sunday morning is composed of.
of course. Go ahead.
When Lena takes control of Raiden's vision, he mentions that it will eventually cause blindness. In the
Hmm.
context of the scene and how they are talking, I don't think Raiden, I don't think Raiden's concern was that he would be blind, as I don't think Lena would be so flippant to indicate that he wouldn't go blind anytime soon.
Hmm.
The context of the conversation felt more like he was complaining that she was taking on all this stuff that would ruin her life,
Hmm.
during which she also mentions closing one eye to not be distracting. I wonder if we will eventually wind up with a Lena with an eye patch for the eye she used repeatedly for this. Also, side note, Raiden is the only one in the group now that has ever seen what Lena looks like.
Uh, how is that? I'm trying to remember the scene particularly in my mind. How do they get that view? Like a reflection of the monitor deal, or?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yep, so there you go. The one person who can confirm it then. But yeah, I think I'm in agreement. Like the scene was indicating that Lena is in trouble because she is seeing the double vision. Meanwhile, the person whose vision she's hijacking isn't getting more information necessarily. They're fine.
Well, it's a para rate
Uh,
thing.
yeah, the para read stuff. All the brain magic is brain magic. We don't know every particular, so I'm just trusting what the characters say. That's all I got to run on there. If they say it's gonna happen, we're gonna get eye patch Lena.
Sorry, I don't know that you were saying. I was trying to remember what your nickname was, but I completely forgot. No something Griff. Well, what did we say last time? You're the no hypothesizing Griff. It's not that, but it's like that.
Close enough, right? What else you got?
So, having done some research, evidently the reason the clouds were apocalypse red during the bombardment was due to fuel air explosives fired to clear out the Eintagsfliege to let the bombs get through and lock onto targets.
Hmm.
Since, the Eintagsfliege, again, I don't know if I'm saying it right, are just a mass of jammers. Also, the bombs are based on real weaponry, specifically the CBU 97. Each bomb carries 40 independent targeting skeets, which lock onto a vehicle below them and fire a self forging penetrator.
It's kind of crazy to think weapons like that actually exist. Stop it, military industrial complex. We've had
I
enough.
mean, it's not crazy. It's no different than, say, a MIRV. It's just an artillery version of a MIRV, I'd imagine.
No, I think Mervs are still kind of bad, but
Well, there's so
at least
many
that
targets, Griff. There's just so many gosh darn targets.
adding additional targets to the list. But no, I think it's cool. I think the explanation is satisfying.
I don't know. I think it's better than making individual explosives
Hmm.
because that's more expensive. Plus, probably puts more people in harm's way in the crafting side of things. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm just remembering back in like World War II when you'd have all these people getting irradiated and shit because there was no safety measures and working materials.
Hmm. Yeah, I gotta love safety standards, right?
I don't know. A lot of people don't like OSHA today.
They are wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that hill and die on today. What else we got?
Well, it depends, Grip. Do you support small businesses? Because small businesses are the ones that are really getting the shaft when it comes to OSHA.
I have watched a number of bar nightmare episodes where people refuse to clean any damn thing. No, we need restrictions. We need someone to come in and tell them to follow
You
protocols.
do understand OSHA doesn't cover cleaning in most situations, right?
I know I'm thinking more food inspector, but I
Yeah,
don't have
you're thinking food and safety, which is different than OSHA, which is workplace safety. I used to
there.
be the safety department manager for a Goodwill for 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Mhm.
So I'm used to dealing with it. And I also got written up a lot myself because you know what? Sometimes doing what's right and doing what's important to the situation are two different things. Also, it's real easy to tip over a forklift. You'd be surprised.
All I'm saying is that there's no industrial equivalent to like bar nightmares or kitchen nightmares, but I would watch it if it became a show and
Well,
probably be horrified.
Well, I mean, what you want to watch then is Canadian safety PSAs.
Probably.
Those are the ones where they show you worst case scenarios.
But we
Also,
don't have Gordon Ramsay coming in and yelling at everyone, so.
no, you just have people getting horribly impaled by like forklifts or broken glass or falling off ladders or touching the outside electrical shit with all the signs
Mhm.
and just being blasted and burned.
Up next, we're watching Shake Hands with Danger.
That's a catchy tune though.
It sure is.
Shake hands with danger.
Yeah. All right. Anything
The
else you got?
flowers at the end of the episode were red spider lilies. And to quote Google, the red spider lily is synonymous with abandonment, loss, death, and separation.
Oddly fitting.
Well,
All of that at once.
I mean, not really. No, I'll just skip down to my last note here. Finally, an episode where no one in the Spearhead Squadron died, so not quite fitting on the whole loss, death thing. Maybe abandonment and separation. I did read somebody was suggesting that maybe they did all die, considering that when they left the area, they also got the no signal prompt at the episode's end. But I don't think that's the case, mainly because they're on the cover of the show. I guess if we actually had paid much attention, these 5 characters are on the cover of the fucking show, and they're the only ones left alive at the very end.
That's cheating. That's outside information to the test. But no, I think Shin killing his brother counts as death here in that case.
No, he was already
or
dead.
even just referencing all the other death that occurred before is also still appropriate.
I mean, they didn't really reference any of that during this episode. And Shin's brother dying, he was already dead.
Not if he's trying to kill him.
I mean, you're basically equating the copy of a person being the same as the person.
We're in zombie ethics territory.
No, I think zombie ethics territory is quite clear. You kill the zombie. Literally, they say that during a bunch of more modern zombie movies is they're not your family anymore. If you can't kill them, at least run away. But try to make sure you will alert somebody that they're a zombie.
Right. What else do we
But again,
got?
pointedly, before you try to force this conversation on, that I don't think the electronic copy of a person, it can be considered the same as a person. At worst, it's a new being that it's based or formed upon the memories of the past one, but they're not perfect copies of the person.
We could definitely be here for a while talking about continuity, ego, and like the self and all that stuff. I almost said ego, so I'm gonna just
You did say ego, which is that's my OnlyFans account. That's a joke that only those of you that have been around for a while would get. Ego, E-goo.
But yeah, no, we could be like talking about the philosophy of personhood for like a while here, but like
I mean,
Shin accepts that it is his brother trying to kill him. Some idea, memory, or personality of his brother is trying to take his life.
Well, I think it's more
he acknowledges
literally
this.
We've seen those were his motivations at his dying moment. And we've already seen that the God, what are they called? Not the shepherds, the other one, the lower the bad copy
Black sheep.
We've seen that the black sheep literally just remember their final moments and repeat them constantly. We've heard it. So literally having seen Shin's brother living through his final moments of wanting to save his brother, and then having the shepherd version of him being no different than the black sheep, in that he's just reliving his final wishes,
Hmm.
does not make him a perfect copy, I think. I think he's a bad shepherd.
I don't think he needs to be a perfect copy to serve the emotional foil that Shin needs right in that moment.
But you're swaying off topic. The emotional needs of Shin does not have anything to do with did a person die.
It Shin, the perspective character, believes so.
I
And
believe
that
that Shin believes that he's gotten um, the matter settled for Shin. I don't know that. Also, Shin, and I don't mean to be classist
Mhm,
here. Shin is an uneducated 86er. What does
mhm.
he know about what's life and what's not?
There's also like a funny thing to think about, like the level of control that the shepherds have, where he was clearly able to alter and sacrifice the mission to accomplish a personal goal. Would a death robot do that?
Yes. You can literally have conversations with your computer right now that would fool 90% of the population into thinking they're talking to a person. The Turing test, if you will. I
Look, if they have ChatGPT running these robots, it would look nothing like it does on screen. They would just be colliding into each other every now and then saying that they're a penguin.
Well, we're living in the future, though. We're 100 years in the future. Given AI development 100 years from now,
Mhm.
who's to say that you can't play StarCraft 6 and the AI is going to beat you every fucking time because it's a tactical genius?
Right. But I mean, like, again, we could get into like the deeper philosophy of like precisely what makes you you, but to the characters involved, they say it counts, so that's how they're going to tell
Oh,
it.
this is where I step on your foot, Griff, and say, a bug that thinks I find the idea repulsive.
Damn it.
Which isn't,
Oh, the Starship Troopers there.
to clarify for the audience, that is a joke. I, for one, welcome our new AI overlords,
No, you were
and
insulting the bugs there.
and am potentially fearful of Roko's basilisk because you know the Tippler point is a thing that could exist some point in
Look,
the future, and who knows if consciousness is reductive.
look, I'm gonna go ahead and take the opposite side of the bet. Come for me, Skynet. I'm waiting.
Okay, you're gonna be tortured for all eternity once Skynet becomes real. Just
That's okay. I don't think the Allied mind can possibly hurt me. All right. So,
Undertaker, having been given the nickname Reaper for his habit of breaking handlers, seems to have managed to break another one, just in a completely different way than the rest.
yeah, the unexpected way of becoming friends and then escaping successfully.
And leaving her behind.
Hmm. Uh, to be fair, she didn't really seem to have an actionable plan for acting on that if it happened. And she's kind of the one with the full power to make it happen and all the knowledge that it's
I mean, that's
happening.
her fault. It's not their
Yeah,
fault.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
It's
literally gave
technically.
her an actionable plan when they said there's going to be an opening to the east, and if you want to get
Mhm,
out of there before the 85 districts fall, go that way.
mhm. Right. But also, I mean, like, I still don't blame Lena for any action that she's taking. She's clearly, not doing that great after everyone's been abandoned, and she's been under a lot of stress recently.
Sorry, the moment you said I don't blame her for anything, you know the first thing that entered my head is
Hmm.
Lena is subject to white privilege in the most abstract, in the most fullness of the term. Literally, all of the Alba are as white as you possibly can get.
Oh,
White
gosh.
hair, pale skin.
You are right. But all I'm saying is, it was on her to make the plan. She definitely didn't have the full capacity to make that plan. We literally saw all of her actions. A lot of other stuff was going on in her life.
You know, but not terribly too much. You say we see a lot of stuff going on in her life. We see maybe 10 minutes of the day for her. Literally, we don't see her waking up, getting breakfast with Mother anymore. Now it's literally sit in chair, control the battlefield, then go talk to Annette. Maybe less so now, And
I
that's
mean,
it.
every person that she confided in just immediately rejected her in the same day. I don't think she's okay.
Alright, so I'm just
Except Shin, who now disappeared. So, got anything else?
For as much as Spearhead seemed to be ignoring Lena in their final conversations with each other, they did say they were going on ahead, which indicates that they didn't just forget about her or were leaving her behind, such as what she said they were doing before her mad sprint through the city. They didn't say goodbye either. It felt more like they were just indicating their next move to her so she could follow eventually. Not a
Mhm.
goodbye so much as a see you later.
Yeah, I mean, I still buy that. Like, we just literally finished kind of like talking about it. There's no reason she can't still make a plan and work from there. It just depends on what the story is going to do about it. What type of story do we have here? I
What
mean, I
episode
keep
number
saying
are we
like maybe
on?
we're heading to we're on 10 now. We're gonna be doing 10 today.
And there's 11 this season?
And there's 11 this season, so we got this one and one more.
Right, so what story is left for a 2 episode wrap up before we go into Core 2?
I'm not sure. They could surprise us, honestly. I think I've been pitching we're gonna set up the rebellion now, but that's looking kind of thin with all the information we keep learning.
That feels impossible, Riff.
I know that's what I mean. It's looking a little
The
thin.
Rebellion of One? What is this, the Cardassia at the end of the Dominion War? That one's for you, Rogue Knight.
There we go. We got an Air Trek reference today too. So Theta, that everything.
That's all my notes.
All right then. So I think about as we explained last time, here's what happened. While Spearhead engages the main Legion forces, Shin heads directly for Shoru to battle him one-on-one. However, Shoru's Shepherd unit proves to be too well armored and advanced for Shin to take on alone, and he is knocked unconscious while his Juggernaut is hit. Meanwhile, Lena approaches Annette again, revealing that she has figured out that Shin and Shoru were the neighbors Annette abandoned. Feeling guilty, Annette agrees to hack the Republic's artillery system to give Lena control of it, and she provides much-needed artillery support, destroying the Legion forces and disabling Shoru long enough for Shin to regain consciousness and destroy him. Regaining his sanity, Shoru apologizes to Shin before his machines explode. With Shoru and the Legion forces in that area destroyed, Spearhead decides to continue pressing forward beyond the Republic's borders and find their freedom. Realizing Spearhead are leaving without her, Lena has no choice but to watch the Spearhead travel out of range of the para-raid system and disappear.
I mean, not really. She runs through the city. She's literally not watching the monitors as they leave.
I think she saw them leave on the monitor and then start. No, yeah,
No,
she started
she
running before.
ran as they were talking about what their plans were for the rest of the day. And, knowing that they were going to leave the area. I mean, she also told them, hey, you should leave the area well before this. So,
Mhm. Right. I think what I take away from it really is that the artillery is hackable. That was not something I was thinking. Like I think last time we were actually talking about them giving orders to the artillery, telling them to move up. It's like no, they just got computer controls.
well, they couldn't move up. They're in the middle of a minefield, remember?
Well, they still have control and had them fire apparently without any other human
Yeah,
interference.
they're in range. I'm saying they can't move up.
Because, like, usually when I think of artillery, I think of just basically a hunk of metal you throw an object into, and then someone manually adjusts, like, the ranges of
No,
it.
there's mobile artillery. You know,
Hmm.
the I think the one that comes to my mind is the rocket truck.
Yeah.
The one that you have the lifting thing up, it gets loaded in the back, and I don't know what they're called. I guess they're just rockets, but I don't know. They have javelin rockets. Is that right?
I'm not sure what the particular brand of rockets is, but
But
yeah,
you see
maybe.
them. They're like 16 rockets in a big old
Yeah,
chunk.
yeah.
There was that famous short going around on YouTube of the Russian unit trying to reload with rockets that didn't fit the launchers and them just banging giant boxes into them trying to load them up.
Right. But, given that they are fighting what is basically semi-sentient AI, the idea that they're equipment is all eminently hackable, um, worries me increasingly about their odds of possibly
It
living.
could be
So we'll see
solid.
how that
It could
goes.
be not solid state. I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is. It could be,
Wired.
yeah, wired. It could be all intentionally wired. I believe
Mhm.
that's like a safety measure at Cheyenne Mountain.
Mhm,
When
mhm.
they had that big old video thing of them going through all the safety precautions Cheyenne Mountain has in case of nuclear war, like how
Yep.
grounded everything is, and hell, the buildings are on like shock pads,
Yeah,
giant
yeah.
moving shock pads, so they, even if a nuke hits, the building won't just fucking fall apart, even though it's inside of a fucking mountain.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, honestly, like, everything under Cheyenne Mountain is, like, absolutely crazy. It's cool. But let's see. So, we're currently leaving off. Spearhead Squad's going into the wilderness. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more of them. And, well, we'll see if Lena actually decides to go get that
I
helicopter
mean, if
after
I
all.
had to guess, I would think that maybe this episode is going to
Mhm.
follow through on Spearhead Squadron and what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
That way, that we go to episode 11, the last of this core, and we go back to Lena, and then whatever Lena does is
Mhm.
what continues on the next core. Because I feel like she is the character we follow, and
Yeah.
not so much Shin. Shin is like super important character, but Lena's story is the story of society, as the
Yeah.
joke might say.
We live in a society. Alright. So, with our Joker puns out of the way, let's go ahead and get watching. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can go ahead and follow us over on Patreon. It's only $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
Click the link down below, join the Discord, be a member of the journey. Tell us what we got right or wrong.
Quick, identify native bird, find landmass that we're on.
It's not Earth, remember?
Looks oddly like an earth bird, though.
Well, so would most birds.
Oh, that's like the most facetious sci-fi comment I could possibly make. It's like, ah, no, the artist didn't draw new crazy birds. It's pretty.
So good that they brought Fido with. I guess that means the next group isn't going to have Fido.
Oh, yeah. Though I think they were planning on Fido being exploded too as part of the Suicide Squad. That water looks pretty stagnant, actually.
Ah,
You wanna...
Black Wolf. That you couldn't make it this far.
No, he drank the stagnant water. But at least they got a new cat.
For all those feet lovers out there.
Actually going undetected this close to them. Interesting.
Well, I mean, they're also not able to hear them anymore, I assume, because the brother's not broadcasting constantly. I mean, unless they're hearing more black sheep.
Do you think there's AI robots there that do bridge repair?
Well, probably. Bridge laying is a very important thing in the military engineering complex. Bridge
So
over the River Kwai, for example. Very important
we
military movie.
we do have robots crossing the bridge constantly in military precision, right? That's gonna create like sympathetic resonance and make it shake. Either it's a
Just the
really good
five.
solid
Literally not
bridge.
even the support team there anymore. Sorry, you're talking about important shit, Griff, but these are the opening moments where literally blink and you miss it.
Everything could go, including the support team, apparently.
Well, yeah, they're not in base anymore, so even though the opening there was at the base, the support guys, like waving and shit, are gone.
Do you think they got killed then?
Well, no, not unless we get word from Lena that the base is gone. Oh, there used to be 3 people in that shot. The one where it clips down, and like there used to be a center person. Then it would just Snow Witch and name escaping me.
We're losing more people today. Let's go. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, there's the guy who used to sit on top, the guy on the far left. He used to sit on top of Fido waving.
What is with every anime intro? Still feeling like it never ends.
Well, I was looking for things, Griff. Every moment
but
was
it
important.
ended like 3 times.
渡れるわけねえよな。当たり前だろ。
何？ジャガーノートの話？コックピットが隙間だらけですぐ水が入ってくる？
まあ、ハルトにダイヤ、クジョウあたりなら飛び込んでみたんだろうけどな。
Oh, come on, don't bring up Kuja. Still getting over Black Dog's death.
Remember the last person who decided to go into water and got stuck? Yeah, they would have done it.
でも雨風はしのげたからだいぶ助かったわよね。
特別偵察に出てからもう半月？案外持ったね。すぐ死んじゃうかと思ったけど。
そうだね。で、ここどこなんだろう？
さあ、位置情報はとっくの昔に切っちゃったし。
Well, I guess Lena never sent them the maps.
I think those were near tactical maps.
進みたきゃ橋を渡るしかないが、偵察部隊が戻ってくる可能性も。
まあ、まだ進まなくてもいいんじゃないか。
そうね、洗濯もしたいし。
先を急ぐ旅でもないしな。
Discovering they could just do stuff at their own pace.
Yeah, Juggernauts don't hunt rabbits, good to know.
Or pigs or cats. There's plenty of wildlife. In fact, like in the backlines here, like this entire area is like completely untouched nature, right?
この世にもう俺たちだけしかいないみてえな風景だな。なんで？
最後に見るのがこれなら悪くねえかもなだったか。
いつの話？
Oh, the meteor shower. He's referencing back to the meteor shower.
うるせ。
Hey, I have to think he's not hearing it much anymore. Because he doesn't have to read books to, like, focus off of it anymore.
先に行った連中みたいにか。
ああ。
もう何人になった？
576人。
兄貴も入れてか。
そうだ。
そうか。そういや、兄貴の名前は？もう残したのか？
ああ。
いつの間に？
ファイドが知ってる。
ほんと仲いいな。あとは奴らをどこまで連れて行けるかだな。
補給が見込めない以上、進める日数は限られてる。
すなわち、生き延びられる日数か。
I mean, Fido was eventually gonna run out of gas too, right?
It's gotta be fueled by something.
前に少佐に聞かれたよな。
Heck, the juggernauts have to be fueled by something.
行きたいところや見たいものとかって。お前あん時
なんて答えた？
He was just about to say you interrupted him.
考えたこともないって。
Well, he said nothing before.
今も。
So.
そうか。
Head empty, only good vibes.
By nothing,
yeah,
I mean he said the word nothing, not literally nothing.
やっと洗濯もできたことだし、あとはドラム缶か何か、とにかく水がいっぱい入るものがあればいいと思うのよね。
何の話？
何、ファイド？
お前のコンテナのことなら、溶接が多少甘いのは布でも詰めればいいにしても、あの大きさをいっぱいにする水を沸かすのはさすがに無理だ。そんな火を焚く燃料がない。 風呂が恋しい気持ち
Just
はわ
would.
かるけど、さすがに無理があると思う。
いや、なんでそんな細かいとこまでわかるの？
近くに町があるのか。ま
Alright,
探
that
すのは
line
困
just
はしないけど
strictly confirms he can
だから
directly read
なんで
Fido's
それわかる
speaking.
のって。
いいのしんくん。お風呂。
別に目的のある旅でもないし。それに、そろそろ旧帝国領に入ったはずだろう。どうせなら、帝国の町がどんなものかも見ておきたいしな。
Oh. See what the enemy is like, even though you came from there. Guess you were too young to know.
こうやって見たらあいつらも普通のガキだな。まあ俺もそうだけどな。みんなもともとはあちこちの町のどこにでもいる普通のガキ。
God, if this did take place on Earth, this would be the perfect, like, Twilight Zone moment. Like, you know, see the Washington Monument off in the distance or some shit.
懐かしかったりするのか。
いや、両親の生まれた国だってだけで、俺は来るのは初めてだ。
Yeah, that's
親のことも
exact-
ほとんど覚えてないし。
Maybe there's an
There's their
imperial
crest.
だって
thing.
印象しかないな。そういうお前こそ。
ああ。元をたどれば
Very,
すげえ
very
戦争は
German,
ここの
double-headed
出身
eagle
Oh
thing.
man, do you think the
所詮ここも俺たちの
what's her
故郷じゃ
name?
ねえよな。
their giant statue lady is that giant statue lady?
The same Saint of
どう
Hope.
した？
Saint of starts with an
Or-
O.
Yeah, but no, it could be. That'd be very funny.
勝手にどこ
They
行
looked
く気だよ。
very similar. That's why I bring it up.
なんでもない。多分大丈夫だ。気づかれてもいないし、勝ち合うこともないと思う。
レギオンなのか。
そうだな。
ひょっとして何かしんどいのか。休みたいならあの統治下は見つかりにくいし、もう少しのんびりしてもいいと思うぜ。お前な。
悪い。言ったろ。レギオンたちの声が聞こえるのには慣れてる。支配域に来て数は増えたけど、そこまで負担には感じてない。
そうは言う
Yeah,
け
it's
ど
not one particular voice screaming my name constantly.
Right, it's a bunch of people that you've never known calling out now.
戦闘がない分、今はむしろ楽だ。心配ない。
Or, you know, Imperials that died early into the war
Mm-hmm.
due to the Legion.
クレナちゃん、あんまり大声出すとレギオンに見つかるからね。
だって気持ちいい
That's the same sky for
時
Ranking
間
of
だったら
Kings.
ちょっと冷めちゃうだろうしシンたちも一緒に入ればよかったのに
Everyone ususing the same starry background. How could they?
いつまでも妹扱いされるのは。
妹じゃないもんだって一緒に入ればみんなで洗いっこもできるし効率的かつ
I think the thing here is that 3 of the remaining 5 people have a thing for Shin, I think.
わかんないんかい。
シン、お前なんでクレナはあんな中身が成長してねえんだと思う？
All I'm saying, I don't think this is the anime for a harem
よ
anime.
かったね、お風
Well,
呂
I mean,
ファイドが
I'm
ボイ
pretty
ラ
sure
ー見つけた
Raiden
から
has a thing for Undertaker. And then, what's her name starts with an S. Oh, excuse me.
Which-
10年ほったら
No,
かして
the other
ま
one.
だ使えるなんて。
Not
いいもの
sure.
使ってたんだね。
Karina, I think. Real name. Because I can't remember her other name.
よく見つけたな、ファイド。
No, she's the one that's dead. God!
They're ghosts. They still haunt you.
There's only 2 girls. Not the one that Snow Witch also has a thing for him. Snow Witch is still faithful for the Black Dog. So fuck you. Thank you for bringing that up.
しんくん、初めて見たかも。
よく笑うよな、最近。
うん。なんていうか表情がね、和らいだっていうか。
Yeah, it's like he resolved one of his major traumas or
ライデンの
something.
どうでもいい雑談に乗ってきたり。
きっと楽になったんだよずっと追いかけてた目的を達成できて
兄貴のことか。5年も探し続けて、やっとホーム
Oh, there's 2 shows in a row now, though, so that we have people with white lines across their necks. Since we just watched Durarara.
最後に自分のことを忘れて
I feel like the
い
framing of his wound kind of makes me think, like, what if the Terminator stuff is in him and he becomes a robot?
僕らの死神も寂しかったんだよね。仲間に先に死なれて連れてくば
I
っ
mean,
か
we
り
do have the T-1000 arms hanging around somewhere.
しんくんにとってあの言葉を残してこられたのは。
ちょっとムカつくけど
Shin is a heavy sleeper.
けど
いや、
He's being bombarded by noise all the time.
何もないような気がして。
Probably sleeps when he can.
ちょっとな。あのバカ。ジャガーノートは残ってた。一人で先に行ったわけじゃない。
けど拳銃とライフルは持って行ってるよ。
パラレードは？
すぐ切られた。
Shin with a handgun offload at this moment is actually a terrifying thought.
I also guess pair raids don't have to be recharged.
そこか。
動物園じゃん。
なんで？
知るか。でも他に当てもねえだろ。
Meat? Never
Yeah,
mind.
this checks out.
これは。
まるで私たちみたいね。
Oh, no. Seems like they're more like the 85.
シ
The 85 when the Legion shows up.
シン！お前何やって。
平気だライデン。
I'm gonna guess one of the ones from before.
こ
Oh,
いつは
never
も
mind.
う動けない。前から少しずつ近づいてきたのは分かってて。偵察でもないだろうし、向かう先も違うみたいだから放っておくつもりだったんだけど、昨日からは呼ばれてると思ったから。
呼ばれた？こいつは。
元は俺たちと同じ86だ。話はできないけど、声は聞こえるから。
で、なんつってる
Is
ん
it
だ？
not destroyed?
最後の言葉は。
帰りたい。
Finish the job.
もういい。もう帰っていい。
Sorry, you had mammoths still?
ライデン。
That could just be an
共和
elephant.
国の他に生き残っている勢力がいる。
Cyclops elephant?
何度か聞いて
That's how their skulls are.
旧国境を越えて
That you actually have.
Alright, anthropologist, take it home. Just listen to the words for now.
ってことか。
あ、
そこに行って平和に暮らすってか。んなもん想像もつかねえな。
おとぎ話ならこういう旅は最後に理想郷にたどり着くものらしいけど。
理想郷か、あるいは天国。んなもん期待するならとっくの昔に自分で自分の頭吹き飛ばしてるよ。
Well, you wouldn't go to heaven, though.
こんな風に死ぬのかな。
That honestly a fair question.
ごちゃごちゃ言わずに進めってか。
Ah, so wise, Fido.
生意気だぞファイド。
ファイドって本当なんなの？
お前は一人で向こう岸に行っちまうのか。なんでもねえ。行くぞ。
Oh, they were about to reveal like Fido stuff.
Start of the war, right? No?
Who's watching? Oh.
I mean, this is the past, so...
戦隊もお前の仲間ももう誰もいないけど、 それでも一緒に帰るか？
KR2.
Oh, this is just a good moment.
ここが新しい豚小屋だ。あと半年、最後までしっかり働けよ、86。
Yeah, like the numbers that they had in the worksheet
最後の来い。
that we saw Shin's brother have, declaring
Mhm.
his mother dead.
こっち向け、豚。
Ah, so close.
おお、すっげ
Gotta assert dominance somehow.
え。なんだよ。
一つ頼んでもいいですか？
お前が死神のお供か。最後までよろしくな。
Ah, good old Lev. Ah, Cujo died
We're
not
literally
long
just-
after this.
After they're all dead, we get to go through all the memories.
10 days later. He dies 10 days later.
今日はね、ちょっとつまずいた時にシンが支えてくれて、背中に手が触れたの見てた。
Oh god, something bad's gonna happen to Fido.
ここで問題だ。どちらがまずいものかわかるか？機械にわかるわけないでしょ。なんでわかるの？ハイドにさえわかるまずさと。
よく今まで食えたよな、あれ。
ファイド、昨日来た部品なんだ。
Poor Lev.
さ、意味なんかないんだよ。星も空も風もみんな俺たちなんかには関わりなく、ずっとそこにあるんだ。わかるか？
First guy who died on screen.
ファイド、お前なら分かってくれるよな。
ちょっと見てみたかっただけなんだよ。
そうそう、わかるよな、ファイド。
Oh, the beach or the,
Yes.
the bathing one.
可愛い花が好きとは乙女なのか、お前は。いや、花好きに男も女も関係ないの。私の好きな花はな。
Hope you didn't forget the sadness, Griff. Giving a little bit back to you.
Gotta have all the sadness, remember all the happy times, and you'll never get them
人
again.
生が変わるなんてそんな簡単に変わるわけないでしょ。
Like dog.
ファイド、オーロラだ。行くぜ、ホッケケ。ま、そんな簡単に人生変わんないけど、何かは変わる。
Oh, the dancing scene from when they first met. The last scene where she said that she could take it by herself when the other people were helping her after Black Dog had died.
Yeah, my heart.
I said nothing gets me more than Black Dog and their relationship and the fact that it didn't have a chance.
だから少佐はそれまで
It's sending them off all so hard that it has to be a double blow. The main
It's either
format
that
of
or
this game.
Fido's going back. Fido is going back to the 85 to download all of this.
ほんとよく生き延びたよね、ここまで。次は僕かな。
Oh no, the picture book.
That's okay, he used it all up anyway.
世話になったな。あいつらの音も頼むぞ。
よかったな。笑って笑って。
人生最後の写真だよ。3、2、1。
4 years from the first one.
ありがとう。
As he's burning to death. No.
What the fuck happened?
And it just ends off on that. No.
I mean, because that was worse. That was worse than literally any of the characters dying, because it was literally the memories of every character dying. It was a double hit.
Oh, that was cruel.
Well, because it made Fido a person for a moment, just so that he could die.
Oh my gosh.
Also, did that just indicate that somebody else actually died? Because there was a time from the future of what we had seen where he's cutting off a thing and we see a burning Legion thing. So it looks like somebody else also died before we got to Fido dying.
I think so. You did already point out one more person was going to die too, but we also lost Fido now, which was not expected.
Well, we have a habit of people just dying off screen, but the fact that we have people now such a small group, it's very much, I mean, I might have been reading the dates wrong, but it very much seemed to indicate to me that we had another battle that happened after the credits were rolling and we got to the Fido stuff, that somebody else died, and then we saw another battle where Fido died. And Fido crying twice, by the way. Not a great...
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, like, they were already going over how, like, they can't really do much more without, like, encountering the Legion, so that was kind of what they were marching towards at this point.
Yeah, the first date on Fido's thing there was 2 months before Shin finds Rei's body on the battlefield. Because I think the first one on there was 10/11/2144, which is 2 years after, 2 years and 6 months after Lena is rescued by Shin's brother, and 2 months before Shin finds Rei's body on the battlefield.
Okay.
Because the current date as of last episode was 9/28/2148, and we are here in October, right? Was the last date we saw?
Yeah, our last date was like October 30th.
Right, so about a month and a half, like they said.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the last date on the before Fido? We saw Fido burning.
I am not certain.
Just click back a couple seconds.
Okay. Let's see.
I would really like to know, and I really don't want to screw the overlay over.
That'd be October 1st, I think. That's when he's cutting off the last one right there, which you mentioned.
No, that's the start. I mean, the very last thing we see Fido in Fido Vision before Fido's burning.
4:10. It's a whole bunch of flashes. 10:30.
So that's the end of the month.
Yeah.
So half a month from the last thing that they were doing.
Yeah, so the last image he sees is also from the same day that we get him burning to death and dying.
Assumedly.
Well, that's what it shows on screen.
Well, no,
Same October 30th.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously his vision isn't looking down at a fire on that day, so all we see is his pan out.
Now you're splitting hairs.
Well, yeah. I'm being a good detective, Griff.
No, you're criticizing my language.
No, I have nothing to do with it. Okay, I apologize if it seems like I'm criticizing your language. I'm literally not even regarding you in this. I'm regarding the information you've given me, and not one of my pedantic my pedantic bits of, hey, you said this, which means something differently if you said it this way. I didn't even pay attention to that. I'm regarding the fact that we've gotten a bunch of flashes across 4 years, and that it's possible that his last flash was just the last thing important that we know about, and might not reflect the actual date of which he died. Because, again, the pan from his camera wasn't a flash of him looking at fire and then dying for us to see the date. This could
Right, but
actually
we as
be...
the viewer see October 30th over him exploding.
Yeah, but this is also
Is
a
what I'm
show
saying here.
that does stuff... Oh, did it?
Yes.
Oh, did it...
That's what I was trying to indicate.
Did it transition the scene from his little camera thing to a date across the bottom?
Correct.
Okay. There's a lot to take in there. And I guess I was saddled with the black dog shit, like I said.
Yeah. No, but this is... It was a really good episode. Just everyone, like, laying their hair down despite the increasing tension. It was a nice, like, little bit of them getting, like, what they feel is, like, the reward, like, a bit of freedom. And of course having to recognize, like, they're gonna die anyway. That was the whole point. No matter what they do, that's how they feel.
It seems like one of them did, and if I had to guess, I'm going to say it's the kid that looked like Black Dog. Because, one, I can't remember his name. I think it's Laughing Fox? Was that Laughing Fox?
Yeah.
Hold on, I actually have my thing still open. Who's still alive? No. Well, Gunslinger's still alive, and I think that's the girl whose name I can't remember. Karina. Laughing Fox is the other one, Theoto. I'm going to say...
Okay.
If I had to make a guess, and this could be completely wrong, that Laughing Fox is dead only because I can't remember him doing anything vitally important in the character relationship dynamic. I said before...
He was there, like, as Lena's foil for a moment, is what he was important for.
Well, he's the one who burned his little picture book and everything. But I mean to say, like I said before, two of them have a thing for Shin. I think Raiden and Gunslinger. I was trying to refer to them as their alias, which is the most disrespectful thing I probably can be doing. But it's just also their given names for me now. Anyway, Raiden and Gunslinger, which is Werewolf and Gunslinger. Raiden is such a character name that I'm calling it like it's his alias, like I am for everyone else. Werewolf and Gunslinger have a thing for shit. That's three of them in a dynamic. Snow Witch lost her character dynamic, but she's such a vitally important, like, wisdom character now, that that's her thing in the dynamic, so that is four of them. Laughing Fox doesn't do anything anymore in the dynamic other than to be a happy, friendly face in the background, and that sure as hell gets you fucking killed in this show. So my best guess is that we're going to pan back into them next time, and Laughing Fox ain't going to be there.
Look, the number one way to make us hate all this warfare is, in fact, to kick the dog, i.e., like, kill Laughing Fox here, right?
No, they
kill the innocent kid.
No, they already did that. Remember, we just watched Fido explode. Fido was the dog. Was the literal dog. They called him a dog to Lena.
Oh, gosh, but... it was actually also interesting to, like, see the Imperial City and how it's, like, not so different. The robots already cleaned up. But that one of the other 86ers that got abducted managed to get out that far and also halfway destroyed during a fight there? Like,
it was a scout. So it kind of has just been from one of the regular things. I don't think the indication was that an 86er got out there, had its brain cut, became a black sheep. I think the indication is that this is just a scout, and it has an 86er in it. Again, I think that looked more complicated than a black sheep, but they called it a scout, and a shepherd wouldn't be a scout. So it just has to be repeating, last thought, I want to go home, as the person was dying. But yeah, my indication there was that it's just a scout that, for some reason, was scouting the Imperial City for some reason.
How and when did it get damaged is my question here, though.
I mean, that could be anything.
The timeline on it just seems really weird to me, so I'm, like, keeping that in the back of my brain somewhere.
Well, I was about to say, before the show interrupted me by proving me wrong, what I was going to say, was I thought it was literally just a dead Legion from before they started doing brain shit. Like, I thought it was like, oh, it's just a shut down Legion thing that was on the timetable, and it was just one of the old ones. And it was like, nope, it's apparently still alive and has a brain thing in it. So, I don't know. You remember we once had that comment that said that there was another country in this war, too. That all the Legion wasn't going for I want to call it San Mongolia for some reason, but that's wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a good point. So, like, it comes in that, like, this could be the evidence of their activity in this region, and that's where our crew is actually going to get picked up at soon.
I mean, the alternative is that the shepherds are fighting one another. Because they're intelligent and they're not beholden to the rules of the... is it Gallian Empire?
I think so, but
they're not beholden to that. They have no reason to fight except for whatever their goal is as the person that they were abducted for. Like the Legion controlled the Legion section that was controlled by Shin's brother was after Shin to keep him safe and alive, or as alive as our previous copy of a person can be. They clearly weren't working towards we've got to take over San Magnolia or anything like that. They were just fighting to that one goal. So it's entirely possible any other shepherds that exist are working towards their own goal and having to fight other Legion things that are conflicting.
Right, like, that would be, like, a very, like, fascinating and kind of dynamic thing. Like, what do all the zombie bots think of each other would be a hilarious piece of politics for our characters to learn. Because they would probably be, not happy with any of it, I think.
Well, I'm very much reminded of a 3-book series that I once read. Monster City, Monster Nation, Monster Planet, which was a zombie series. But the idea being, like, first book, there's this doctor that when the zombie shit hits and he's about to die, he, like, fills his bathtub full of ice. He sets up, like, a monitor to read his stuff and something to keep him breathing. And it just fucking dies. But he sets it all up so basically his body will be, like, preserved and all the artificial shit to keep you alive. So no matter, he dies anyway, and he comes back semi-intelligent zombie and realizes he has the power to control some zombies. And then as the book series progresses, you're doing all this other shit, but you also find that there's other people across the world who have kind of done the similar thing. So, like, there's 5 of them across the world who are, like, zombie masters.
Yeah, a little bit of a rare circumstance there.
Yeah, and, like, some of them come together with, like, goals that work together. But, like, the doctor, has his own goals, and the zombies fight one another, that sort of thing. It's very much this situation, if it's true, if it works together, that these shepherds, there's like a few of them in the entire Legion, might have completely different goals, and we have no idea if the Legion has some sort of built-in programming to make it want to do a thing versus the brain that's in it telling it to do a thing.
Right. What we need here is to get introduced to our Skynet as a character, which we did, and then we killed them. So now we need a new one.
Well, I mean, assumedly, there would have to be a Skynet, because before the Legion started taking brains to get over its time lock thing, it turned on the nation that created it. Which means that there was some overriding control there that decided to do this, and there had to have been some overriding control there that decided to start using human brains. Because a program wouldn't just do that on its own.
Or would it? But that's just a theory.
No. I've also been watching a lot of videos that are anti-MatPat for getting so much shit wrong for the sake of just making a video. So.
Oh yeah. But I think that's all I got here. You got any last words?
I mean, hopefully not. I hope it doesn't come to that sort of situation. I hope I die peacefully, you know.
Not in this universe in the 86.
The last noise I make being a satisfied gasp.
The last noise I'm going to make is gonna be this one. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin. That's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?